Hi everyone, Ron Robertson here, RR, singer-songwriter, band leader out of Southern Ontario. I like to talk about stuff. Today's video is going to be talking about Yorkville speakers, in particular the ones from the 80s that I call the furry speakers. Because if you see here, you can pet them. They're covered in fur or fuzz or something. It's not your regular vinyl covering. I play mostly, say a 200-seat room, dance hall, maybe 100-seat. I use this stuff all the time. It sounds great. Now, for American and European friends, Yorkville is available there, but let's just go over things quick. Pete Traynor was a fellow who started Yorkville Sound. He started it in the 60s in Toronto. Yorkville is a burb of Toronto. They are still being produced in Pickering, Ontario. Why do I like these speakers? Well, I've just told you I like the sound out of them. There's pretty damn good durability. I've owned these kind of speakers for ages. They're durable. They take a beating. We're talking about people like myself who are playing hotels and dance halls and stuff and throwing stuff in trucks and vans and people helping you and stuff's getting whatever. They are a durable product. They sound really good. They have good performance. Now, here's the really good part. Price. You've seen the price of new gear. The furries, as I like to call them, are inexpensive. All of them. They're not that popular. You get this much performance, it costs you this much down here. I'm getting really good performance. I'm not spending much money. I don't have a lot of money to spend on gear, and it's got to last. Every time something breaks, it comes out of my earnings for the band. Mine, because it's my band, my gear. I can't afford new stuff. I'm sorry, I just can't. Now, a little more about them. Are they perfect? No. Nothing's perfect. They are used. But Yorkville is such a good company. You can get most of the parts. These Elite 350s right here. I thought the horn wasn't working. I bought another horn. You can buy it. Or at least that was a few years ago I bought it when I bought these. Guess what? It wasn't the horn. What's that? What's that, Ron? Hey, I don't know. This is an automotive light bulb. This is inside your Elite speaker. We need to be aware of this when you're buying this stuff. Now, when the signal comes in, there's a crossover. One pair of wires go down to your 12-inch speaker. I prefer 12 and a horn. And the crossover sends less voltage up to the horn. Now, the problem is with speakers, a lot of times the horns blow. This little gimmick is just a fuse. So Yorkville has figured out how many watts this automotive bulb is. And if you send too much voltage through there, it's a filament in there, just like your light bulb in your kitchen. It just goes poop. Instead of having to replace a horn, you only got to replace a bulb. Now, I can't find this at Napa or anything. Yorkville still sells these. But it's interesting. You got a light bulb in your speaker. Now, I did get these very inexpensively. I had to replace this. And it turns out there was a little rip in the speaker. So I'm just going to buy another speaker. They don't have everything. It's from the 80s, remember? Maybe 90s. They don't have everything in stock. And then it gets worse because nobody wants to recone anything. Did the old tiny flat screwdriver with a little bit of silicone on it. Carefully put it on the rip. Seal it down. Let it set for a couple of days. That speaker, I don't know if it's this one or the other one, flawless since then. Are there better speakers? Sure. But for the price, you can't beat it. Now, why are they so cheap? Well, I think, and I'm going to give a little story here, little story time. It's because of the fur. Like, why the heck? Why can't we just have vinyl on here? Would have been so much nicer. Like I said, short story. I'm sure you haven't had a perfect life. Sometimes we're broke. Sometimes we're like living on a couch. Sometimes we're divorced. It happens. It's life. You own a bunch of gear like myself. I got nowhere to put it. So at one point I had to put a bunch of stuff at my folks' place. And they had a big cement building, no ventilation, no heat. Sat there a long time, not all the gear, but obviously the big 600 speakers, the 600 watt Elite sat there, and they're Furry. Well, there's a problem here. Like I said, you can't just wipe this off with a bit of Windex and a paper towel. We're playing hotels, bars, wherever. We're throwing stuff into vans. Dirt and stuff is gathering in there. You can't vacuum it. Like, what the hell? It's a bad idea. And it gets worse because now you got like, there's little bits of whatever in there. It's actually a petri dish. What does a petri dish need besides a growing area? Some moisture. So I put these speakers in storage. They get some moisture. I go back and there's this white on them. And they're not snow white, but they've got white on them. Well, it turns out it's mold. And what I think you'd have to do in this case, if you had this problem, bleach. Now, it will fade it a little tiny bit. It may not be as black as this speaker afterwards, but you're not going to notice it. You can't just do it once. You got to spray it on, let it sit, wipe it off, spray it on, rub it in, wipe it off. It's a pain. Why they did that, I don't know. But because they did it, I think that's the reason these things are so cheap. They're so good and so cheap. It's a budget product. A budget product that works. That's all I really got to say about it. It's something I think you should look into. Why not? Just remember the fuzz can be an issue. The fuzz as in the furry. You know, you can pet it, which is nice. Oh yeah, that's great. What the hell? Anyways, Elite Yorkville with the fur on them. They're going to be a great price. They're going to be a good product. Make sure it's older. Make sure those speakers work. Make sure there's no other problems. You can get replacement parts for most stuff. Thanks for watching the channel. Ron Robertson. Check out the channel. There's some music on there, some more videos. I'm going to try and put a video a week if I can. I think I will be able to. I seem to find stuff that I find interesting, and hopefully you do too. Give us a like and subscribe. A really small channel. I could use it. Anyways, if you can't do anything else, be kind. Catch you all on the other side. Bye now.